trusted partner. Our own effort at reforming the Indian economy, strengthening the macroeconomic fundamentals, creating an ecosystem in India conducive to business, and the confidence that has developed in India over the last decade. The self-confidence that we can engage with the world from a position of strength. The fact that we can protect our sensitive interests, yet have a serious interest in expanding markets for our farmers, for our fishermen, for our MSMEs and entrepreneurs. This self-confidence that has come in, the fact that we can compete with the rest of the world, the fact that we are unapologetic about our ability to integrate in global value chains, the fact that India continues to be a fast-growing major economy, the fastest within the world, now for 4 years in a row, and the fact that we have a decisive leadership which on the back of our young men and women, the demographic dividend which we often talk about, can provide to the world high quality goods, high quality services at competitive prices, is encouraging more and more countries to look towards India, a democracy, where the rule of law prevails, where there will be justice, where there will be fair play, where you will not find anybody trying to interfere in domestic markets through predatory pricing or unfair trade practices. I think that trust that we have earned of the world is what is driving interest on the other side. We of course are very clear that no country in the world has become a developed nation without integrating or doing business globally. And therefore you will find that the 9 free trade agreements that we have finalized in the Modi government are all with prosperous countries. They're all with countries far more developed than India, so that they don't become a threat to India. They actually complement India. And it is this complement that we've been able to leverage, I think, smartly.
You mentioned the decisive leadership and you referred to the Prime Minister. And maybe this is not something I should ask you, maybe you can't respond to me. I want to ask you, what is the mandate that your boss gives you? Like, Piyush Goyal get inside?
No, why can you not ask me that question, or why should I be hesitant to answer that? Because this is a journey in which your boss gives you complete empowerment. Your boss trusts you. Your boss knows that you will work as a team with the whole of the company approach. You will protect India's interests at any point in time. And you will get them a good team. So I think having a boss who trusts your capabilities or your ability to look after national interests is all that it takes to encourage you to go out there and get it done.
So, I was thinking about this recently that as a trade minister, you have to negotiate with external matters. You have to, of course, your counterparts and other parts of the world who obviously are also serving their own national priorities. But you also have to make everyone in India, the states, the SMEs, the different segments of society, and there is a domestic negotiation also. And that was sometimes difficult in India in the past. So I just want to understand what is the Piyush Goyal mantra of creating consensus at home as well?
Second, that's a good question. In fact, my journey as a commerce minister started exactly on this day. I took charge of the commerce ministry on 1st June 2019. And some of you may recall that the previous government, around 2012 or so, had thrown India into negotiating on the negotiating table with the RCEP nations. That's the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership. That originally India was not a part of. Actually, it was an agreement between China, the 10-nation ASEAN bloc, Japan, Korea, Australia, and New Zealand. India was not a part of it. I don't know for what joy, and I don't know what pleasure, and for what reason. But then UPA government, as Congress and the DMK, and Trinamool Congress and the Samajwadi Party, that coalition of parties, what was it that prompted them to put India under the bus, and I say this with full responsibility, to become a part of us. When I took charge in 19, several rounds of negotiations that happened over the years, and I started thinking to myself that even in 2012, India already had a free trade agreement with the ASEAN group. We already had a free trade agreement with Japan and Korea. We were in active negotiations with Australia, almost on the verge of concluding a deal with Australia at that point of time. With them,